The king and rook endgame is one of the most common endgames you will see. But somehow, many players struggle to checkmate this lonely king and the game ends in a draw. If this has happened with you as well, then let me know in the comments. Anyway, in today's chess video, I will show you a very simple strategy to easily win such an endgame. First, let's see how you can set up these three pieces so that it actually results in a checkmate. You can mate him like this when the king is in the corner, or you can also mate him on any of these sides of the board. Your king should be opposite to the enemy king with one square in between. Your king controls these three squares, it's your turn to move, and your rook delivers the checkmate on this last rank. In the same way, you can deliver a checkmate along this A file as well. Basically, in an endgame like this, you need to have the opponent's king on any of these edges to deliver a checkmate. You cannot mate him if he's in the middle. Alright, so let's assume you got the opponent's king to a side of the board. Your king is right in front of the opponent's king, so you can simply deliver a checkmate like this. But what if in this position, it is your opponent's turn? He knows that you're threatening a checkmate, so he will run away to either side. Now this can't be a checkmate, right? So how do you go about this? Look, if you move your king here, he will again move away. So just trying to get your king in front of him won't work because he will always step away and you will just keep repeating moves. Therefore, in such an endgame, you need to understand the concept of Zugzwang and waiting moves. Let's see what that is. Look, in such a position, if your king is a knight's distance away from the opponent's king and it's your turn, then you don't need to follow him. Instead, you can play a waiting move with your rook. It is important to keep the rook on this rank so that this king does not escape from here. So we just play a waiting move like this and then we let him make the move. Now whatever move he plays, it will just worsen his position and that's what Zugzwang is. Any move he plays is just bad for him. If he comes here, then it's a checkmate in one. And if he moves the other way, we just follow him with the king, maintaining a knight's distance. Again, if he steps in front of our king, it's a checkmate, so he has to move towards the edge of the board. We keep following him, maintaining a knight's distance. Ultimately, we get his king to a corner of the board, and after we move our king, he is forced to come right in front of us, and here's how you can simply finish off the black king in the same mating pattern that I showed you earlier. Alright, now that you understood the concept of Zugzwang, let's see how we can drag the enemy king to any of these sides because you can only mate him when he's on any of these edges of the board. We'll apply the same concept. Let's take this example, which is like the worst case scenario. The black king is right in the center and now you need to force him to an edge of the board. Let's aim to push him to this side of the board. The first step is to use your rook to restrict your opponent's king. Let's begin by getting our rook here. When the king was on the last rank, we had our rook here to cover this line. So it's the exact same concept. Okay, so in this position, we covered this rank so that the king cannot escape this way. Let's say the king moves here. Now that our rook is controlling this fourth rank, we start getting our king into the game. It has to be a team effort with your king and rook. He attacks our rook, so we need to save it, but we'll have to keep it along this line so that the king cannot escape. So let's take him to the extreme right. The enemy king is running again towards the center. We just keep advancing our king. We'll try to face him head on just like this. But the problem is that he will keep running away towards our rook and again attack it. Therefore, in such a position where your king is a knight's distance away from the opponent's king and it's your turn, that's when you need to play a waiting move with your rook. You will keep the rook along the same rank and get him on a square where he's closer to your king rather than the opponent's king. So if we get the rook here, he is closer to our king and that's how we want it to be. If he again goes after our rook, he comes right in front of our king, so we can give a check, and now that these three squares are covered, he's forced to go back. We also keep advancing our king further, getting him closer to this edge of the board. So it's the exact same concept as we saw earlier. Going back, in this position, if he runs this way, then we just follow him, maintaining a knight's distance. Ultimately, he will bump into the edge of the board, so he will have to come back and face our king. That's when you deliver a check. He can't come down, so he goes up. The king is restricted within this area. We get our king closer. If he runs up, we just keep making this box smaller. And if he tries to go after our rook in this way, then you know what to do, right? Remember, he's a nice distance away, so we need to get our rook closer to our king. Right now, he's closer to the opponent's king, so we get him this side, keeping it on the 5th rank. If he comes here, then it's a check and we push him back further. And if he starts running away, we follow him with the king, maintaining a nice distance. Again, he's forced to come right in front of us, and that's when we give a check. He goes back and we continue in the same way to drag him onto the back rank, and finally we force him to come right in front of our king and we deliver a checkmate with our rook. This is a very simple and straightforward technique, but there is one problem. This takes a lot of time, sometimes even close to 30 moves, especially if your opponent keeps going like this from one side to another. To get this done faster, we can modify this a little. Let me show you how that works. By the way, if this video has been helpful till now, then do hit that thumbs up button right below this video. Alright, let's see how we can speed up this process. Look, when he's going this way and he does not go back, in such a position it is not necessary to drag him to this edge of the board only. You can box him on any of these sides. As you can see here, he's very close to this side. So why do we waste time to get him here? Let's trap him on this side itself. How can we do that? Well, you simply get your rook to this square, and now if you see, this king cannot move out of this box. We use the same approach, just on a different side. First follow the king. He's a nice distance away, so we play a waiting move with our rook, keeping it closer to our king and along this f file so that the king cannot pass through. If he tries to come back, we give a check, forcing him to move to this edge of the board. And then we simply follow him until he bumps into the corner, and finally we deliver a checkmate in this same pattern that I showed you earlier.